Welcome to another informative video from the Relationship Recipe. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button, drop a comment, or follow us. Your engagement helps us be seen. Also, we'd love to see you at our blog at therelationshiprecipe.com for more in-depth relationship and lifestyle articles. In recent years, the term walkaway wives has gained prominence in discussions about marriage and divorce. These are women who, after careful consideration or sudden realization, decide to end their marriages. I put sudden in parentheses because it is anything but sudden. It often takes women years to come to this difficult choice. The majority of women who leave have not made this decision lightly, often taking years to decide after trying, crying, cussing, and everything else in their power to save the marriage from imploding. This is after trying for years to be happy in it. I cannot stress this fact enough. If a woman is not ready to leave right away, once coming to the realization that the marriage is failing, she may get suddenly quiet. She will stop asking for things to be done about the issues with the relationship, the fights may cease, and according to a clueless husband, everything is just fine and dandy. She stops nagging him, or even talking to him, and he's happy with this because he can now do as he wants. Since it sometimes takes years to leave, when she finally drops the D word on him, seemingly out of the blue, it may look to the husband and those outside the marriage as if it came on all of a sudden. I do not know of one woman who took leaving her marriage lightly. They just didn't see any other option. It's a tough spot to be in, with many key questions she will need to ask herself before taking the plunge into divorce. On the other hand, I also don't know of any women who regretted their decision. The majority of them admitted it was hard to do, and that the process terrified them, but that they are much happier now after the dust settled. They express that the only regret they have is not ending it years prior to actually leaving. This phenomenon has sparked a wide range of reactions from society, ranging from sympathy to judgment. However, many of the perceptions surrounding walkaway wives are rooted in myths that do not accurately represent their experiences or motivations. Myth 1: walkaway wives are unhappy because they are materialistic. The decision to leave a marriage is rarely as superficial as a desire for material possessions. Walkaway wives often experience deep emotional dissatisfaction, feeling unfulfilled and disconnected from their partners. Their decision is more about seeking emotional and psychological well-being than about acquiring material wealth. What's more, women leaving their marriages typically experience a large percentage drop, up to 40% in income, while men usually gain 10%, 20% financially. So this myth is totally absurd. Myth 2: they simply found someone else. While it's true that some walkaway wives may develop new relationships after leaving their marriages, it's misleading to assume this is the primary reason for their departure. Most often, the decision to leave is the culmination of long-standing issues within the marriage, not the impulsive pursuit of a new romance. Myth 3: they are abandoning their responsibilities. Leaving a marriage is a profound and difficult decision, especially for women who have invested years in building a life with their partners and raising children. Walkaway wives do not see themselves as abandoning their responsibilities, but as redefining them in a way that aligns with their personal and emotional needs. Myth 4: they are emotionally unstable. The old "you're crazy" insult that men say when you do or say something they don't agree with, or have reached the end of your rope with his bullshit and finally reacted to it. Don't fall for this. The decision to end a marriage is a sign of emotional maturity, not instability. Walkaway wives often exhibit a high level of self-awareness and emotional intelligence, recognizing that staying in an unhappy marriage is detrimental to their mental health and overall well-being. Myth 5: they only leave when there is infidelity. While infidelity can be a factor in some marriages that end with one partner walking away, it is not the sole reason. Many walkaway wives leave due to emotional neglect, lack of communication, or irreconcilable differences that have nothing to do with infidelity. Myth 6: they are seeking attention or revenge. The decision to leave a marriage is deeply personal and often painful. Walkaway wives are not motivated by a desire for attention or revenge, but by a genuine need for change and personal growth. Their actions are driven by self-preservation and the pursuit of happiness, not malice. If she tells her husband she wants a divorce, believe me, she isn't out for revenge. She just wants out. Myth 7: they can easily fix their marriages if they really wanted to. Marriages require effort from both partners. However, when one partner feels that their concerns are consistently ignored or invalidated, the foundation of the marriage erodes. Walkaway wives have often attempted to resolve marital issues to no avail, leading them to conclude that leaving is the only viable option for their personal well-being. Many men use the excuse that they didn't see it coming, or at least that's what they tell people outside the marriage. I don't believe that for a second. There are always clues, but the guy was not in tune with the relationship to notice the growing chasm between themselves and their wives. Walkaway wives challenge the traditional narratives about marriage and commitment, forcing society to confront uncomfortable truths about relationships. By debunking the myths surrounding these women, we can begin to understand their experiences more empathetically. This concludes another insightful video. For a more in-depth look at relationships, divorce, and other lifestyle topics, be sure to stop by our blog at therelationshiprecipe.com. Thanks for watching.